Today, we will be covering Hoover Dam and what it could have been if the cancelled Van Buren project was completed. We all know Hoover Dam from Fallout New Vegas. It's one of, if not the most iconic places that you can visit. Not to mention that it is home to one of the most memorable battles in the history of Fallout, where the bear and the bull finally collide for the second and last time, sealing the fate of the Mojave Wasteland forever. However, that's not the history I want to cover today. I want to go over the alternate history of the Hoover Dam and what it could have been. To start this off, I want to make it very clear that I'm talking about the non-canon Fallout history from the cancelled Fallout 3 from the early 2000s. This version of the dam was far more interesting, in my opinion, and offered a larger array of gameplay options. From faction conflicts, the moral choices the player has to make, and the history of the dam alone could have offered more to the player than what we had in New Vegas. In this alternate history, the dam is still being run by the NCR. However, their arrival at the dam was on a different term. Instead of fighting back Caesar's Legion for control of the dam in the Mojave Wasteland, the NCR sought the dam for its literal power and wanted to get it under their control before the Brotherhood of Steel managed to find it. The tech that was hidden within the dam was rumored to surpass that of even the Brotherhood of Steel. If the dam was to fall under their control, things could take a turn for the worst in their war. The expedition to the dam was led by a man named Joseph Dodge, a councilman for the NCR. He was chosen for the mission because he was expendable. The NCR wouldn't suffer any hardships if his expedition failed to establish a strong outpost. At first, Dodge humbly denied the honor to venture out beyond the NCR territory, yet he changed his mind as he was threatened to be tried for treason if he did not follow his orders. It's the good old NCR for you. With that threat, Dodge's expedition was set in stone, and he soon left with a caravan of NCR merchants and soldiers to establish a settlement and take control of the dam. However, when Dodge arrived at the dam, he found it to be already occupied by settlers, barely surviving against the elements and raiders that hassled the area. It didn't take much for Dodge to convince the settlers that they needed the NCR to protect them. The settlers agreed to Dodge's proposal, and the NCR went to work fortifying the dam and made quick work of the local raiders. Securing the dam was Dodge's first step, but what came next was even better. The dam began to evolve. The settlers felt safer and thus started to grow the settlement. Businesses started to form, and soon the tiny settlements that scattered around the dam were combined. The Hoover Dam developed into a small, functioning town, with Dodge as the acting governor. The dam separated into 5 districts, the rim being the top layer where the wealthy lived along with the NCR troops. Along with them, the rim housed many caravans, restaurants, and merchants. It seems that the majority of the town was built along the interior wall of the dam, plunging down to the very bottom. The section built just below the rim and down was lovingly called downtown. This is where the average workers lived. At the very base of the wall is the rest of downtown, home to other small businesses and leisure activities, bars, entertainment, farms, the police station, and the engineering for the dam. Residing just below downtown is the baseline, home to the last working generators that still function at the dam. Below that are the Scum Pits and the interior of the dam's sublevels. The Scum Pits are home to a large array of creatures, but the most active are the albino pig rats, leeches, and albino ants. The leeches and pig rats tend to stick to themselves, eating each other and not bothering the upper levels. Though the ants, however, have created a nest in the old office areas of the dam, and are far more aggressive, though they tend to keep inside, only coming out to drag prey back into the dark nest. Below the offices is the sublevel 1C, home to mutants and abominations. Left behind after the Great War, this level was used as a secret base for mutation experiments on the local wildlife. The dam was again the centerpiece for a conflict with Caesar's Legion. However, the NCR and the steel wall they built, mounted with gun turrets, thwarted their attack. Though the battle was fierce between the two sides, the NCR ended up victorious, and proved that defending the wall and the dam was in fact possible. That was until the Brotherhood of Steel arrived, and the war for the dam had started. Although the dam was heavily protected and Dodge's soldiers were able to maintain heavy suppressive fire on the Brotherhood attackers, the war seemed to drag on. Throughout the history of this battle, Dodge thought they would simply run out of ammo and lose to the Brotherhood, only to have supplies from the NCR arrive just at the nick of time, resulting in the battle never really halting. With the NCR still fighting the Brotherhood back in California, they eventually stopped all caravans traveling in for resupply, meaning Dodge was out of luck and running on empty. That was until the Crimson Caravan offered to find Dodge a new supplier for their war effort. Alish McLafferty, the Crimson Caravan leader at the dam, set out and with luck returned to the battered dam with resupply, though Alish would not say who they were getting the resupply from. This was fine with Dodge, as the war had dragged out and he was tickled with the new supply of weapons and ammunition. This battle never really ended, however. Dodge thought that the Brotherhood had begun to fall back, but they returned resupplied and with a new lease on the battle and maintained regardless. This led to a battle of attrition from both sides, and would have led to, I think, a heavier moral dilemma for the player. This battle has been raging on for quite some time. Who would you have sided with? Would you help Dodge and save his town from total collapse, restoring the power and the town, and help the NCR in the war? Perhaps you choose to fight with the Brotherhood and overthrow Dodge and take control of the dam, rerouting the power and offering another strategic point for the Brotherhood of Steel, leading to the Brotherhood having an advantage and possibly winning the war. Not only is the dam now a town the player could help free from the war, they could also help one side and turn the tides. The Hoover Dam in New Vegas is great, and the battle against the Legion is fantastic, but I can't help but think, what could have come if the NCR and BOS war was the main point, with the Legion being a side battle? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you like the battle for Hoover Dam as it is? Or would you have liked to see the version from the cancelled Project Van Buren? Perhaps you have a better idea. Leave it in the comments below, and let's talk about it. I'll see you in the wasteland.